Like, okay, go.
Is it running?
Yes.
Previously on Faces of Truth, we covered many of the facts that indicate that the Twin Towers were brought down by an energy weapon being tested, not by a terrorist attack. Now, for this episode, we're going to cover a real terrorist attack that happened in Bangkok recently, called the UN Climate Summit, where we were told that if we do not bring the global temperature down, we will destroy the planet for ourselves and for our children. We need to analyze this data. Actually, that's what we'll be analyzing this episode. In summary, first, when a climate warms up, first thing to go are the glaciers. Yes, you're not going to have glaciers anymore. Ice will no longer be there. But the thing is, once it starts ramping up, the temperatures start getting hotter and hotter. You start getting they complain about seaside flooding, etc., rising water levels of the ocean. Thing is, the hotter it gets, the more water remains in the air. Now, the more water remaining in the air, well, water in the air is fresh water. So as the oceans evaporate, that water line recedes. As the air gets saturated with water vapor, the water gets further inland where it can do crops, give crops a better chance of doing well. Whereas in colder climates, you end up with extreme deserts, desertification. There's actual evidence that Egypt was at one time in a hotter time, actually a greener place. It could sustain plant life. But when we went into an ice age, that was when all plant life in Egypt died out. It became dreadfully hot. We went into climatary extremes. Extremely cold in the poles and extremely hot at the equator. This got us to the point that we had deserts forming, like the Sahara, etc. Now, the warmer it gets, the more equalized the temperature will be, because there will be more water in the air to equalize that temperature. The more water in the atmosphere, we will get ice forming, sheets of ice forming above the atmosphere, producing a sort of a greenhouse. Before this greenhouse establishes itself, I call it an orbital glacier, we will be getting hail the size of bombs or jet aircraft, etc. It will be a very dangerous time. During this time, we'll have deserts that become more desert-like. We'll have flooding on the coasts. We'll have storms developing from the stirring of the atmosphere and the equalization of the temperatures, etc. But after the temperatures have equalized, after the orbital glacier has been established, And after we have a protective layer of ice between us and the solar wind, our entire planet will have attained a sort of a paradise type of a situation where more people can be held or be sustained by the new land that opens up as the water from the oceans evaporates and becomes a mist to go forth upon the garden of God. You hear me say the garden of God. All of this happens to be prophesied within the text of the Bible. The Bible is not a record of superstition and of abstract philosophy. It is a record of how our planet has evolved through time because of choices that we have made. It talks of us bringing the flood. It talks of us bringing the ice age. It talks of us destroying our former orbital glacier and us bringing to pass what we have now, which is unsustainable. But as the climate warms, we will achieve sustainability. Not as the liberals continue to tell us we need to, but as God has indicated that we can achieve in His record to us. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this presentation, please subscribe, like, and comment. If not, well, I understand. It's another point of view, and you can't please everybody. So long.